Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July, but now we're back with some more Final Fantasy XVI, and in this episode, we finally made it back to the Hideaway. It's been 5 years since the events that took place at Oriflamme when Sid and then the new Sid and Jill actually went in there and destroyed the Mothercrystal. A lot of things have transpired. We're not really entirely sure why the Hideaway area looks the way it does. I'm assuming it's probably because of all the devastation that the Titan caused in this area right after the same events. The Hideaway gets snuck in by, I guess, a spy that we had seen in Eastpool earlier in the game. If you haven't been keeping track, it's all a whole bunch of stuff. The game has had a lot going. It was breakneck that last hour or so of gameplay. But now we're back at the Hideaway, 5 years later. We're going to go upstairs and check out the rest of the Hideaway, see who survived since the siege 5 years ago. If you like the content and want to see more Final Fantasy XVI, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. As always, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Looks like our destination is over there, and now we have a new cool elevator that takes us to where we need to go.
Look, it's Sid.
Staying long this time?
I wonder, like, what's all different compared to the old Hideaway. How much bigger is this one? It is one of those old monuments that they said used to be an airship, and now it is completely horizontal rather than vertical like the old ones were. Yeah. Oh, we got Karen. Karen lived.
What can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
So she sold out a Gaia blades, but she has everything else. Does she have any other thing? So in the 5 years since we've, it's been taken, it looks like she really hasn't increased her inventory all that much. What is this? Channeler's Whispers. Automatically charges magic spells and maintains the charge until cast. Accessory effect will not trigger unless ability charge magic is learned. I'm not gonna lie, that could be pretty cool. Let's see. We have access to elixirs. Restores all health.
Is that all?
And it looks like our blacksmith friend is alive.
What do you need? What's that for you, dear?
We have access to the Levin bolt. We want to go ahead and craft that, and we totally 100% are.
I say so myself.
Oh, my question is, I guess the coral blade that we picked up inside the Mothercrystal area is also, that's what we had equipped previously, right? Doesn't look like we could upgrade coral sword. Nope, it does not look like it. The Levin bolt is exactly 10 points more in stun or stagger and damage, so it is an upgrade. That's nice. Let's head on to our story objective. Ooh, what is this? Wall of Memories. We'll check on that later. Let's go speak to Otto instead. Not going that way, not going that. Oh, there's a coffer here. Goblin coin, and it doesn't look like we can get to Otto from here. So I guess we'll go all the way around. It seems as though this area has a lot more going on for it than the original Hideaway. Alright. Hopefully Gav is still alive with a cool eye patch or something. Oh, the Mog is here too.
All operations are suspended.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Who's this?
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
I say we talk to the Mog and see what he has to say. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my furless friend. All in good time. I'm assuming that's going to be like a monster bounty board. Vivian.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Definitely a new
Back from
face.
your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor, a nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
That's actually a pretty interesting history
You were
lesson.
born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even. Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
So I'm wondering if we could actually get to go to Waloed. That'd be nice. Because that's home of Bahamut and Odin, right? Those are fairly powerful icons, both home to both of those, aren't they
Escaped
not?
from the slave markets. How'd you
Well,
manage
no,
that?
actually,
I had
Bahamut
some
and
help, but it
Odin
was
were
mostly
doing.
luck.
They were fighting each other earlier. Maybe they're both kingdoms inside Waloed somewhere. Let's check around the rest of this place. There's so much more room for activities here. It makes me wonder if there's hidden items. There's like a topside
Sid,
garden.
what's the special occasion? You're welcome to join us for a spell.
It's a pretty cool topside garden, I guess. Doesn't look like there's much of the way in. Oh, hello. The Book of Sums. Okay. This looks like a
Charlie says I
library.
can't go and play until I finish my
There's a tutor here. Oh, we can get to where we need to get from here. Awesome. At least we're not going out of the way to explore over here. It's like a vendor if I've ever seen one. Oh, that's someone just looking at the plants.
Nearly half the crates were
This
lost to
plank will have to be
bandits.
replaced.
Oh, hello, door. Off limits, that means you. Well, fine then.
Does that one have blood on it?
This place is pretty awesome looking. It has a lot of Monster Hunter World vibes to it.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
Oh, wait. But how
The
do you
twins seem well.
how do you make sense of the bounty board?
Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
And we will do just that. Let's go ahead and push the story forward a little bit. Maybe we'll get visited by the Kupo Nectar. And it'll tell us about these. Oh, Tarsha.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And
I
then
didn't
you
even
get some
notice that he
rest.
doesn't have his branded mark anymore. Oh, it's just straight had it cut off his face, huh?
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new ship.
Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive were delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. Republic's Play. The Republican army marches on the Empire at twin sides, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're down to wear upon my return. Or you're done to wear. Yeah, that's right.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
He wants to get in there and destroy their crystal.
We've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an Eikon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
They really didn't...
He did. He was there.
Divulge or
it
talk
wasn't
about
an
that.
illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without Mothercrystals. To Sid.
Honestly, after 16, I hope there's more tales to be told in this world. It's so interesting. This is actually the first time I've actually been interested in the world that Final Fantasy takes place in. So Joshua is still alive.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more.
I'm hoping. Hold on a second. I would like to know. So the Deadlands. Ultima is pretty interesting. The Northern Territories. I was hoping they would tell us a little bit more about the twins because I understood everything else they were saying. What specifically is the twins? That's just more of a recap of stuff going
World
on.
march is ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
I'm trying to figure out why Joshua is keeping so distant as well. Like, how come he doesn't just come to his brother?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
The gathering storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
It's a nice little table. I wonder if there's anything inside this trunk for us. Let's head over to Otto and see what's going on. I don't actually recall Martha, so it might be a new person in our hangout that's gone missing.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria
Oh,
started a
Martha of
fight
Martha's
over at
Rest.
Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled. Bones were broken.
I'm an idiot.
The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright, looks like we have a new quest as well. Some side quests. I don't see any here. Oh, I guess we're not getting the bounty board yet. Let's see about these side quests though. Looks like we have one at the docks. What about the world map itself? Looks like the hideaway is the only place we got one. It's over the docks. So let's go over there and pick up that side quest. Not only do I get Monster Hunter World vibes from the hideaway, I also get like it really does remind me of something that was pulled directly out of Final Fantasy XIV, which, I mean, to be honest, it's a fair assessment, seeing as how this game is made by the people responsible for 14.
Finish with that. Welcome back, Sid.
Obelisk, the boatman.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts.
That's the second time they brought up Tet and lemon
Pitch
tarts.
might stave off the rock for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
I can't say the name of that quest. You're gonna get me in trouble with that quest name. Why is it? That's too much. Oh, I won't say that. I'm not trying to get my channel banned, but that's incredible. Oh, that might be the best named side quest that I've ever seen in this game. So anyways, yeah, I think we're actually going to conclude this episode right here, right now. Just so that way we can jump in and do that side quest right there that popped up. And then we're going to go on and find out what's going on with Martha and Martha's Rest. That being said, if you like the content and you want to see more Final Fantasy XVI, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. As always, I hope everyone is having a terrific day, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Later.